Morning.
Morning.
Anyway, I've told her to get her schnauzer trimmed up. It's getting straggly. And in this heat, you get your schnauzers trimmed up proper.
Schnauzers?
Schnauzer, what are you on about? Your dog?
No, yeah, schnauzer.
Right.
Oh, dear.
Is that what your dog is?
No, the fox terriers. This is another dog.
Oh, give us a croissant.
Mike's got a nice couple of dogs. Stayed at his last night,
He
straight
said
from
my,
Headingley.
my dog looked like a toy.
Well, it does.
What is it?
I don't know, it's about that big, but it's fully grown.
What sort is it? Chihuahua?
It's a Maltese.
Falcon?
Maltese. No, I've got a Shih Tzu.
Oh, something.
That's Betty.
Yeah.
Lila is a Maltese.
Falcon?
Yeah.
It's not a falcon. It's a Maltese.
Yeah, it's like a little... It just all does that all day, doesn't it?
You'll have Labradors, won't you?
No, collies. But I've also
Collies,
got
that's
Betty.
it.
We've got Betty as well.
Yeah, that's-
little dash hound.
We've
got a miniature dash hound.
You got a No? No, Betty's a Shih Tzu.
But my Betty's a dash hound.
All right.
Tiny.
You could hang it from your rear view mirror. It's honestly it's like a little air freshener.
What about him this morning? Go to the garage.
Yeah.
Comes out all of a sudden. This fella's running after him. Yeah. You haven't paid. No, doing a runner.
Yeah. Nearly got tussled to the ground. I did try and...
He then asked for a selfie, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. I put my clicker on there, my card.
Did it too quick.
And something like that. Well, I've run out of clothes. Who would have thought 5 days?
Got you.
Hey, 5 days, I've run out of clothes. I'm having to recycle. That's why I've got me...
You got new pants on?
No, inside out.
What was going on
Back to
TMS about jackets?
Oh, Agger's had a jacket on it. Well, number one, it was too big. Jonathan Agnew's jacket, it was massive, wasn't it?
Wow.
But isn't it your tailor? We've got to be a little bit
no,
like...
it's not too big. It's fitted in beautifully.
Your man, is it?
Yes, he did this one for me.
Yours fits.
Yours is all right.
Dog tooth. No one had heard of a dog... Everyone knows what a dog tooth is, don't they? A hound's tooth check, dog tooth check.
Yeah.
No one knew what it was. It looked very smart. I liked it. It was very smart.
It's just the wrong size.
I enjoyed commentary. I was stuck on the motorway for 4.5 hours on the M62, so I was listening all the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good commentary.
Yeah.
I think you were on with Alison Mitchell,
Right.
and you morphed into the fast show. Do you remember the fast show? Yeah. She's asked you a question about how good do you think this is, and you've gone, ooh! And I thought it's the two gentlemen tailors.
Yeah.
Ooh, suits you, sir. Suits you, sir. Does she, sir? Does she? Does she have
Oh,
it?
thank you.
Does she?
Lovely.
Oh, suits you, sir.
Lovely coffee.
Yeah. No, we went across the moors.
Yeah.
No, we had to go. They got the message
Yeah.
on the WhatsApp
Oh,
group.
4.5
Accident on the
hours.
M62.
Yeah.
I've got the cat staying at mine. I went, oh, this is a trouble. We might have to go. So we went south, Barnsley, over Woodhead. Well, he's never seen the moors, has he?
Scary.
He said, well, he said, we're not going to run out of fuel, are we? No. He was scared.
That shuts as well in winter. That shuts. They just snow everywhere. You just shut. Woodhead Pass shut. You just see it, don't you?
What about the dam down towards
Yeah,
Gloucester?
yeah.
It's dry, nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing in the dam.
I like it. And I saw this house in the middle of the moors, and I thought, who lives there? It didn't have a road to it or anything.
No.
It's just like a big sort of...
It didn't have a road to it. Of course it did.
Just there's no shop.
That's the best house on the
Where'd you go and get your
M6.
bottle of wine from?
Have we any sugar?
But well,
Oh,
look,
gee.
Yeah, it's right there next to
there's
it.
that house on the M62, isn't there? You know, the guy that
I've been there. I've been there.
What do you mean you've done it?
I've been there. I've met him.
Well, the white house, and he wouldn't sell, would he?
And the two motorways park.
Yeah,
yeah.
Sheep farmer.
Yeah.
Us farmers.
Don't tell me do you know him as well?
No, but I've driven past it. That must be the loudest house in the...
I went to interview him for the one show, and I've gone there, all mics up and everything, sat down, and it's like, the windows were rattling.
Hey, I tell you what, Dave, you were there at Headingley for a couple of days.
Oh, well, he loved it.
I'm telling you now, and I don't know what you two think, but let's talk about Headingley always gets a bad rap about the food.
Well, we didn't have the Headingley food, did we?
Yeah. I'm just saying the food was... Where did you eat the food? At Headingley. So it's Headingley food, and it's made at Headingley.
Yes, but...
Where do you think it's made?
In the trucks.
Which is at Headingley.
Well, it's at Headingley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Headingley weren't responsible for it.
No, that's right. Because
But they are, because...
There must have been outside company.
No. The outside company we used to have, they used to have 2 drop-offs, didn't they? The first one was the prison.
They did.
And then the second one, they came and dropped our grub off at Headingley.
I've
So
heard
we
that
decided
before.
to change. Yeah.
Yeah, but come on, give it a bit of credit.
Oh, brilliant.
That food was
excellent.
sweet. That was excellent. You
But
get it in a nice silver box.
Fantastic 5 days, the whole shebang.
Yeah.
It was wonderful 5 days, full house.
Do you
4
know,
days.
do you remember back in the... oh, you'd have played there as well, maybe not you, Cookie. Remember Jim Bowen? He used to do the bins out the... He'd work around the dress room and he'd get the bins.
And he'd run quick.
And they'd hammer him, wouldn't they, the Terrys?
Yeah.
This week there was that... He's a darts man, Michael Van Gerwen.
Yeah.
There must have been a lookalike on
there
the
was,
Terrace.
there
All week they were singing his name.
Michael Van Gerwen.
We need to get him on.
Is there any darters that like cricket?
I tell you, I went up there with him and did a show with him. Wayne Mardell doesn't mind cricket.
All right.
Oh, he's a good... He
And I've seen
commentates, doesn't
him.
he?
Commentator.
Yeah, he does.
he was world
You know
number
why?
1. Yeah.
I don't... Hawaiian... Was he 501, wasn't he?
Yeah,
501.
yeah, and he had the Hawaiian shirt and everything. And I've seen him spit a dart into 888.
Shut up. From how far?
From the hockey.
Oh, give
No,
over.
he does it.
That's
he
his
does it.
party trick,
That's his
isn't it?
party trick like that. We was all warming up like that. And he's got the dart and he's gone 888. He's gone boom.
Shut
like
up.
that,
He's
straight
called it.
He's called it.
No way.
No
I'm not
word of
having
a lie.
that.
We'll get him on do that. Spit a dart in.
He needs to get on Britain's Got Talent.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be a talent, wouldn't it?
Well, Britain's Got Talent is a rip-off of Opportunity Knocks.
Huey Green.
Huey Green. I got to tell you, friends, and I mean this most sincerely,
folks.
A bloke won it for...
I'm like...
Huey Green.
A bloke won it for 12 weeks running, and it's the people, the public are voting. He never said a word or sang a word, and he won it for 12 weeks.
What did he do?
What did he do?
Well, there you are. The musical muscle man.
Oh, yeah.
He's come on in his vest and underpants, and he's moved his muscles about to music, and the public vote for him for 12 weeks. I keep hearing and reading that Test cricket is dead.
Oh.
Why are the grounds full?
Like tossing a pancake.
I think Ben and Baz, they're going to go down as game changers for the whole of Test cricket.
Captaincy's going to be a big player in this series. We've got a very assured captain. India's captain got confused.
Like, after 20 minutes, I just said, they're going to absolutely cruise this.
Go back over the last 2 or 3 years.
They'll try-
Whee,
yeah.
hey, we'll get to 50.
If them two's having one, we'll all have one.
I like Kylie as a kid.
Yeah.
I still like her.
I don't know when I'm stuck in Folsom Prison and life is dragging on.
Right, let's get to it. Let's get to the serious stuff if we can. Headingley Test match. Who wants to start? What a 5 days. Go on, Dave. You start us.
Well, I was there 2 days working and then stayed at home. And I absolutely love seeing Headingley full.
Yeah.
The sun shone on Headingley and it's full for 4 days. So you and I will know that is fantastic for the club.
Yep.
Fabulous for the club. I thought the pitch was perfect.
Belter.
Absolute belter. If you bent your back, you get it through with good pace. You can score hundreds. It was great entertainment. The outfield was like lightning. Just get it past any infielder and you get your just rewards and your fours. I thought it was a perfect test match. What a chase. I mean, I think...
Never in doubt, was
we,
it?
we will talk. I mean, we will talk, particularly you two. Captaincy's going to be a big player in this series. We've got a very assured captain. And India's captain got confused.
Well, it was his first go, wasn't it?
Yeah, he got confused.
Absolutely. I mean, firstly on that pitch, I want to know how they kept the pace in it. Because I think every time we've watched, well, not every time, but most times we watch Test cricket now and it goes 5 days, the pitch just dies, doesn't it? Goes low, no nicks carrying. That pitch was still flying through. And how much better is when nicks carry? Like Rahul caught that one in the 5th day. Hit him really. I just thought the groundsman they got absolutely spot on,
Robinson,
which allowed.
He was on the academy with me, Rick.
Did he?
Yeah.
But which allowed great cricket, like brilliant cricket all day. It did spin. India on the last day, You're right. I mean, you shouldn't be able to chase 370.
370?
On a wicket. And it wasn't like, they chased 370 last time against India on a flat one. The sun was out. But this, I thought, after 20 minutes, I was like, I don't know if I turned to you, Skipper, or someone else. I just said, they're going to absolutely cruise this. And I could not believe, if you'd have said they would put on 180, right, you'd have thought it'd have been crash, bang, wallop, and just got after them, and it'd been absolute chaos, and you'd have thought India had no answer, but it wasn't. It was like old school Test match batting, just at 400 over. It's like, I've never seen those two, actually the whole England batting lineup, play with that control, that much authority. Crawley was superb, actually, lined up Bumrah as well as anyone I've seen line up Bumrah really well. So, I mean, it was just inevitable.
There's something about this team. You mentioned the captain, he's special.
Yeah.
He really is. I mean, I always judge a cricket team, and when you think he's won the toss and bowled, and India are 430 for 3. Oh. And let's all be honest, when you were coach or playing,
Absolutely.
captain or player, whatever you've done since, me is exactly the same. Usually you look at a team when they're 430 for 3 and you walk through the gates and you don't look at the scoreboard and you look out on the field and you go, oh yeah, they're having a tough day. The body language drops. This team never. They never, ever drop their body language.
And that we talk about McCullum as a leader, but that comes from Stokes. And actually the bit which, for me, and the sides I've played in, and rightly or wrongly, if they were 430 for 3 and I was a skipper and put them in, there'd be the look at me and go, you've made the wrong decision.
Which 2 bowlers would be doing that?
Well, you could probably think I won't name them, but they've got 1,100 wickets, 1,200 wickets between them. And quite rightly in one way, because you're thinking, I shouldn't be bowling now, and we're getting panned, and I get it, but the effect Stokes has on that team, they might have thought it.
There's things that he does, that he's bloody smart.
They might have thought it, but there's not one show of it.
Yeah.
Not one show in that field. And when they came back this day 2, you can just imagine how tired they would have been. Yeah. And I was watching them, and they were brilliant in the field.
Yeah.
And again, they might have thought, Jesus, we shouldn't have done that. But then the confidence to say, right, no, Stokes, he might have got it wrong, but I'm still going to back him 100%, give my all. And the confidence that side to go and think, we've still got a chance of winning this game.
He does things that, you go back to the first innings when they were bowling, and they're behind it, and then he gets the ball and he gets a few. Oh. And then he should really have carried on bowling to get himself a fifer. He throws the ball to Josh Tong, and Josh Tong gets a 4 for, he hoovers up the tail.
Yeah, who didn't actually have a great first day, did he?
He's got that touch of knowing how to manage people.
He empowers other people, sometimes I think to his own detriment, because there were a couple of times I was going, Skip, you should be bowling, but he gives that sort of empowerment, is that right?
Yeah, I think that's right.
He bowled quick.
Yeah, it was. He was head and shoulders again the best bowler.
Yeah. On that first innings.
First innings. I mean, Tong, he bustled in and bowled nicely. But,
he never. I didn't see him playing about with his knee as we have done previously, and how to manage his knee and the operations that he's had. He raced in.
Yeah, he's a top captain.
He looks fit.
Does he ever?
I mean, I've seen some of his Instagram stories of his training.
Yeah.
But he looks like he's... it's like this year has arrived and it's like, right, all right.
So the intrigue is with Shubman Gill, who's a very, inexperienced skipper. How's he going to come back from that? Because he's got Jadeja's 36, Nair's 33, so he's got experience in his team, and it's great having a young team as he's got, but he's tactically... He's reactive rather than proactive in the stuff that he's doing.
When you take over a team, there's always going to be this, the first bit where the team has to get used to the new leader. Yeah. Unless, even like Stokesy, when he first came in, it still takes a while to get used to him. Like, he came in very clearly, Stokes obviously, and said, this is how we're going to play, try and smash every ball. And it was a real clear leadership path. I think the real indication where that side's not settled with leadership is DRS. For them, because...
6-0.
Well, and also they
got everyone wrong.
They got everyone wrong.
But also the panic of it, and it's horrible because you're not used to it, and no one's used to him. No. So everyone's really they want to help him. It's not that they're trying to be horrible to it; they're just trying to help him. You see some of them there's 8 different voices, and he's just like, I do not know what to do.
And it's been tweaked. There's been a lot of chat and a lot of language coming out of that England side. Bazball, crash bang wallop. It's been tweaked. Little Ducky left a couple, didn't he?
First 2, yeah.
First 2 left them. And he hasn't left a ball in his life when he's played that. He's like a little mini Matthew Hayden. He played what a knock that was.
He's a player.
He just peeled it off. Bang, bang.
Every
1,
format.
2, 4,
Every format.
Well, I said it on air.
What a player.
I don't know of a better all-format player at the minute. Across, there's not many. So Jaiswal doesn't play T20 cricket for India.
We had a stinker in the field.
Oh, he's got hands
Why
like
do you
It's not
say
an
it
easy
was such-
place to catch, Headingley.
I tell you what, you were 50-50 catching at mid-on. Ooh.
Yeah, but he's in the cordon.
Yeah,
He catches like me.
Yeah.
That's a concern for the bowlers.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at Duckett, and I see a player and think, and you think back to the Bazball start, that was their best decision. They brought him straight in.
Yeah.
He came. He's always been a decent player. He's had a little bit of an issue now and again off the field, but
Well, what was that then? Jimmy
It was-
Anderson poured a pint over him.
yeah. It didn't take much because he's only down there, Ben. Isn't it?
knocked off the bar stool. What about yesterday's medal? His medal looked massive, on him, didn't he?
But he for me is the best all-format player at the minute. I mean, Travis Head's up there. I mean, Aidan Markram plays all 3 formats. But when you think he faces the music at the top of the order in Test, T20 and 50 overs, he's the best.
Yeah, no, he played beautifully. And as you said, it just looked like had the old Lardy on.
Yeah.
Read the paper.
What about those reversed? What I like, I don't know if you saw it. So the highlight show last night, BBC, we've got Ben Duckett. And I asked him a question about the leaves. Yeah, little Ben. Ben's here. We're looking down to him. And then Phil said, look, I want to ask you about those reverse sweeps. So when you get you change your leg for your different styles. He said, when you get your right foot forward, he puts his left foot forward. Complete opposite. But he's a hockey player.
Oh, is he?
He's a hockey player.
Always been good
and you look at
sweepers.
De Villiers.
Look at John T. Rhodes.
They're all, you play all sports, racket sports,
Yeah.
hockey. These players now that can properly give it a whip with the right
Well, actually, you
hand
think
or
about
left
that,
hand.
you can only play hockey
Right-handed.
So actually, that shot for him is just a hockey shot.
That's what he said.
But without Duckett, was scoring that 150, would they have chased them down?
Because I still fancied him.
Someone would have got
Someone
some.
would have got some.
To that kind of team, I mean,
And you're talking about the captaincy. Jadeja was bowling into the rough.
Yeah.
And Duckett was reverse sweeping every ball. Ben Stokes was reverse sweeping every ball. He had 2 on the offside and 7 on the leg side.
Didn't have a mid-off.
Every ball he was hitting at that side. There comes a stage when he got to move a few fellas over.
what about
Did he bowl too
Jadeja?
quick?
Yeah, it's too quick. You've got to have a little bit of F&G. Flight and guile.
Yeah.
Flight and guile.
Flight and guile. Yeah, you got to, in England, beautiful bowler in India.
Yeah.
Drive it
in, drive it in.
burst the pitch. But in England, especially out that rough, you've got to get a little bit of up and down on it.
Well, he hasn't got the best record outside Asia. For a guy who's got 300
I mean,
wickets.
wonderful bowler.
Well, yeah, I mean, in India, where all you've got to do is not all you've got to do, but you get rewarded for just do not leave the stumps.
No, and you're right. They got confused. They didn't know how to stop them scoring it. That's his defensive shot to spin.
only
That's
thing
his
about-
forward defence.
They're
The
going to
reverse.
will they play Yadav?
They've got to play Yadav.
A bit of mystery.
The only thing I will say about that, though, is as a captain, that the reverse sweep to spinners now.
Nightmare.
I mean, you feel like you're always one short. Andy Flower, who was probably the first person I saw do it, and I batted a bit with him in 2003, and 4. The opposition captain, once he gets reverse sweep outs, you have to bring that man over.
And it's on the boundary.
And then he knocked it that side. And it's that shot.
It sounds obvious, but
shot.
you've got to play it well. So Duckett plays it beautifully.
Yeah. Does.
He just plays it with that much control. He goes in front of square, behind square. Yeah. Ben Stokes looked like he was going to get out playing it, and he did, because he's a bit more upright.
Sounded that way.
Stiff front leg.
It just is a bit upright, and he gets that.
But
So the key is, if you can play it well.
Look at Ruti when Jadeja.
Here he comes. Here he comes.
Demonstration.
But like when
Low Ducky.
Jadeja was doing it to
go on,
Ruti.
go on.
Masterclass.
Yeah, come on. How does he play? Let's start. Right.
He's
Phil
that's a
Tufnell,
good
the perfect man to ask about Ben Duckett's innings at Headingley. How does he play the reverse sweep, Phil?
Well, he leads with different legs.
Right, get this right.
So
only got 2
so
of
he sometimes he leads with that one. I mean, you're already...
What leg's that?
That's your right leg. And then sometimes he leads with that
What did he
one.
say?
It's
Shine?
the right leg. Did I say right again? It's the left
I thought you
leg.
said he shined.
That's why I was no good at Strictly Come Dancing. But low centre of gravity.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
Bum, this is you, really, because you're a great sweeper.
Yeah.
Great sweeper.
But I didn't
It's
sweep the other
out,
way.
Right out. What? I've got 3 of the best batters in the world.
Oh, this is far better. This is far
Get
better.
into it. Come on.
This is far
Reverse sweep. Come on.
So he gets it. You got to get that right.
Get
out.
low.
You've got to get low.
low.
You've got to get your head low,
Yeah.
and then you're right. It's those hockey wrists.
Yes.
That snap.
Yeah.
Like that, but you're low.
You see him on camera, is he under the table?
You see Ben.
Phil, there's a table in the lane. Go.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Where does he
I'll do
need
it
to
again.
go?
Eh?
There, we can see you now, Phil.
Right, okay. So he goes different legs. That's your right one. That's your left one. That's your right one. Right. And then, as you say, he's got a low centre of gravity. It gets really low.
Demonstrate that.
Right, okay, so you've got to get...
Low.
What one am I getting out first?
Whichever one you
I'm
want.
going to go left leg first. Left leg. So but he gets there, low, head low, and you've got to pick the right length of thing. And then those hockey wrists
Yeah.
that catch up with the ball. You know, you can... Whoa, there, and you boom, right at it. Ben... Oh, fuck, Jesus. Ben gets a little bit... like that, then he's got that stiff front leg, and it's all sort of...
So what does he need to do?
Ben who?
Get Stokes.
Oh, the other one.
Other Ben, yeah. He needs to get a bit lower.
Yeah, need to get lower.
That's excellent, Phil. Well done.
He'll be watching that, will
Yeah.
Stokes.
Yeah, it just
You
gets a little bit jabby at it. Gets a bit... And that's how we got that one there.
Yeah.
Caught there.
You said to me, though, you wish you played the reverse sweep.
Oh,
As you know, when you play, you said because you're a good sweeper.
Yeah.
You used to be a good sweeper.
Well, it'd be the same. You could sweep naturally the way that we were taught, you know. You could go that way.
Yeah.
I'd love to be able to.
But how many options? Like, so when Jadeja bowled over the wicket to Rooty, you know, you think, oh, it's tricky, but straight away, you just reverse swept him.
Right, yeah.
You know, and then you've got to change the field. You have to change the field as captain. An absolute nightmare. And if you've got it and you can play it like Duckett, it's like...
And you have to have him on the boundary as well, don't you?
You do.
You can't just have him on the one because it's past him.
Like if I was batting there, Jadeja, I'd be going offside and crabbing it to leg side. Well, that's how I scored my runs.
Yeah.
Unless he got really full, I'd have hit him through the offside on there. Like, it had to be really full. But because Duckett does it, he opens up both sides. So, and it's all well and good to say, oh, you should have taken another fielder over there. As soon as he would have put another fielder offside, he would
knock him that way.
would just
How
knock him that way.
often now, I mean, in India and the subcontinent, you obviously do see short legs. You don't see a short leg in England often to the spinners now. They have that kind of fielder just behind square, don't they, on the leg side?
That's a puzzle.
Yeah.
That's a puzzle to me. Having fielded there and sort of you've got to feel when a spinner's bowling, he ain't going to go there. How is he going to get it there?
Well, I reckon that man there. Well, not I reckon. Is trying to stop the paddle sweep.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of betwixt and between. But
Right.
if you just go short leg, and you've got the man on the boundary there, because modern players are so comfortable sweeping, and it's not the Mike Gatting reverse sweep, which has cost World Cups that you're going to get renowned for.
Yeah.
Like, you just play the paddle sweep, and then so that kind of there, you're kind of trying to cover the base. If he does you're not getting many more now of people going forward and getting the back pad there. You know, you might get the odd one which bounces and loops, and that bloke would be able to get kind of covering.
I've
both.
got you. I've got
That's
you.
why I think.
Well, this is the first week that I've watched England and thought, oh, they're now adding a little bit of smartness and brains to the batting, because the field always spreads from because the opposition are scared, and now they just go. Crawley's innings was a perfect example. Yeah. It's the first time I've seen him. His alignment was perfect.
Actually, brilliant.
And then he was going, one, because you're playing great. Ben Duckett, get back on strike, one. Every time Bumrah came into the attack, you could just see that England had a real mindset, right, just play.
Yeah.
There was one dance down, Farry Brook, he's got a bit of genius in him. Danced down, whacked him through cover point, but it was right. This is the 6 overs that they had to face on the fourth evening.
Oh, yeah.
Go back over the last 2 or 3 years. We'll get to 50.
Or that's how I play.
Yeah, that's the way we're going to play. Well, no, they've definitely added a little bit of this.
Two examples, I reckon, of that as well. Stokesy to Bumrah after tea, knowing that he's got one spell. The only way they're going to lose that game is losing 2 wickets then, and Wokesy has to face him. Mm-hmm. So he didn't play a shot, did he? No, it's just like 4 balls, 4 overs, and Bumrah's gone. And Stokesy's captaincy in the field was all he's talked about. Really, is I don't care about the runs. It's 20 wickets. And we go back to a little bit of Ollie Pope's captaincy last year at Sri Lanka. Do you remember? He had such attacking fields, and I didn't care about the runs.
Didn't have a fine leg.
No, he didn't have a fine leg, and then suddenly needed runs, and runs are really important. Stokesy, in this game, he had 4 men on the boundary for quite a period of time, and was quite happy just let them have ones. And
They're learning. They're learning.
Absolutely, they're learning.
And this top 7, Ollie Pope, full credit. He's
But
done the job.
he was less.
Who said-
He wasn't frenetic at all.
he played
was
calmly.
measured. He
Yep.
was measured.
Did we say it last week?
Who said?
Didn't we talk about Ollie Pope last week?
Yeah.
I think you might have
I
said-
think I said.
Well,
What did you
Bethel.
say?
Bethel.
Keep him in the
No, but you said Bethel, didn't you?
No, I said
he
Bethel.
said Bethel.
I said Bethel.
He said Bethel. I said Pope. They're going to stay with
Yeah, he
him.
did.
Well,
and give him a chance.
you wouldn't have stayed with him.
Yeah, I would. No, I would. I like the consistency.
Yeah. I'm just checking what we
Yeah.
got right
It
here.
were him. He said Bethel.
No, I did, and he's batted great, so I love it.
I did well.
I love it when someone goes out and has a bit of,
Yeah.
we call it ticker.
Yeah.
Shows a bit of ticker, but the only way he got 100 by playing calmly. And he lined up Bunbury in the first innings better than any
That's the
other
best.
right-hander.
I've never really seen him,
let's-
thinking, oh, what's all the fuss about him? But I thought he played really well.
Well, that's why I'm saying now the top 7, unless we have injuries, it's
Smith.
kind of locked in.
Smith.
It's locked
Yeah.
in, isn't it?
Smith.
We've that 7 now should be the 7 that walks out on November, was it 20th or 22nd in Perth? That looks to me,
Throwing it forward.
without any question, it looks like a top 7. And I look at the last time England won in Australia, 10 in 11. That top 7 that England arrived in 10 and 11 was rock solid. Full of experience, yourself, Strauss, Cook,
Myself,
Peterson.
Strauss,
yourself, yeah. So you've got, who was at 4? Peterson, you had Belly at 5, Colley at 5, Belly at 6, Pryor at 7.
Yeah.
It's got a similar kind of feel that they're going to arrive in Aussie, I hope, with a lot of experience in that batting.
I mean, I love the Ollie Pope 100 for the fact that under pressure again, and that the big pressure from the outside. And I always look back at my career and think, when batsmen who have long careers have moments in their career where they deliver 100, when people are criticising their place and thinking they're like Vaughan 2007, Colley did it, Strauss did it, Belly did it. Actually, you all have to do it at a certain time. But then, I don't want to flick it to negative to Ollie Pope, but start on day 2. Or day 3, out early. Do you know what I mean? He is going to get out early in his career. That's just his nature. I know everyone does, but he's still got to be aware of it. I think he did a brilliant interview, didn't he, on TMS? And he came up and said, yeah, I know that my first 20 balls are my real danger zone. And actually, the confidence to be able to speak about that. And so I'm trying to be better, I'm trying to do this and that. And I thought, when you can accept a fault, you can then move on and learn from it.
He scored 196 in the first test in India.
Oh, it's amazing.
And then fell away. Yeah. His challenge now is to be consistent throughout the whole summer, which he's got the perfect start. Stick to Cricket is brought to you by Betfair. Can we go on to India? I'm going to talk about one player,
Pant.
Rishabh Pant.
Oh.
Rishabh Pant.
What a player.
Yeah.
Back-to-back 100.
Good story. I mean, from his car crash, which was a near fatal car crash at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, nearly cleaned up.
Yeah, got dragged out.
Yeah, and then to come back the way that he has done. He's just an entertainer, isn't he? Just an entertainer.
Can I just say one stat? What was the stat? We're talking about that England side. First team who has had 500s scored against them. Is that right?
And won.
And won.
Yeah.
There you go. So just...
Or is that the first team to have scored 500 and lost?
Phil, that's correct. That's good knowledge.
Fascinating, that is.
Yeah.
Pretty fascinating.
Yeah.
I think you should have said
500. You get
should have said-
500s peeled off again. Yeah, don't worry about that. We'll get more than that.
Yeah.
But is that not a worry?
pretty good.
Is that not a better worry for India though? You say we scored 500s and still lost.
Well, there you go.
That's
Now
better-
we're
that's
talking
a better
about
stat.
India. There's the reverse.
Rishabh Pant, I mean, he's going to be,
Sorry.
Adam Gilchrist for me is the best wicket-keeper batter.
Oh, Rishabh.
He just set a new trend. This Rishabh Pant, I mean, MS Dhoni across white ball cricket, fantastic.
Yeah.
Rishabh Pant, you would think, with the way that he plays, would be completely suited to the white ball game and not so much the test game.
Yeah.
His test record is miles better than his white ball record.
Do you reckon because he just tries to hit every ball 4 and 6 in white?
I think, there's a lot of science in that madness. The way that he plays, I mean, the one thing I will say, second ball now, 2 in 2, he's danced down and whacked one down the ground.
Well, good old
on
Zoltz.
a number of occasions.
Good old Zoltz had a look at that, or the TMS stat, yeah.
You have to try something different with your second ball.
He strikes at 80 on his second ball.
Does he?
across his whole career. Yeah.
And he's invented a new shot, hasn't
Well,
he?
what, come
The
on,
roly-poly.
get your bat again.
Yeah,
Just
I'd love to
talk
see
us
you try
through
the roly-poly.
The roly-poly ramp. Rishabh Pant,
This has got to
the
be the new thing.
roly-poly. Let's just see how he plays it. Phil, over to you.
Okay, the
Masterclass.
roly-poly
This has got legs.
I love
this.
it.
Phil Tufnell, Masterclass.
And I love he has to do it the wrong way around as well for left
I
hand.
know.
He looks good left hand.
Yeah, well,
Come on,
that's-
over
why
to
did
you.
you
My
do it?
father always said I should have got left.
Yeah.
Just-
Come on, Phil, how does he play that
Well,
stroke?
it must be premeditated for a start. No?
Of course it is.
Must be premeditated. Then he sort of like, he gets himself, there again, short fella, little fella.
Yeah, little fella.
Sorry, can we just go back to you think it wasn't premeditated?
Well, I
You
know,
even
it must have
questioned
been.
me.
Well, no, I was doubting myself there. Right, OK. And then he gets himself across, gets his weight on that back leg, and then collapses that back leg. And then he's going down. And then over there, like a frying, like tossing a pancake. and then up.
He's got to build his arse, look. He's got to build his arse.
Oh, my God.
And then up.
Do you think if we sped that up and played it like ×5,
But
it'd
it-
actually be
I
about
mean,
It's
right?
good. I'm with it.
You've got to have some eye there.
Yeah.
You know, and it's that bottom hand that, as you say, it's almost like, you know, like doing a stir fry, you know.
Can we see
Sorry,
that again?
What about when he defends, though? He defends the ball. That's what makes him stay in.
Defends the ball. Just
Yeah.
so that's why he got LB, because that one from Tongue,
Well, he left it.
a little bit. All he does is that. Lovely.
French cricket. That's French cricket,
Good
isn't
stop. He's got a good stop.
Yeah.
You boys all had a good stop.
Yeah, you've got to have it to stay in.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm just loving the fact he's doing all our batting
Yeah,
masterclass.
it's brilliant.
And I'm sat here.
Brilliant. Yeah.
I'll ask you, Skipper. The bloke on his shoulder talking to him,
Who, Rishabh?
like how he can even handle that. Because he has to bat by numbers.
Yeah.
He has to bat by numbers. Like, I'm not saying numbers as in like the second ball. Well, we've worked out he goes second ball. We can't say the sixth ball I'm whacking at the 12th ball. But like when he was playing with Bashir, like you could tell, couldn't you? As Bashir's running up, he's going to block this ball, and he like no intent. And then suddenly, like we're looking, and like, he's going to play a massive shot here, and he does. I'm
Yeah.
like the bloke on his shoulder just talking to him, going, "What are you going to do here, mate? What are you going to do here, mate?" Yeah.
That was horrible,
But
actually.
I like the way he talks to the keeper.
Yeah, he's
He talks to everyone.
Well, he's
Is he?
Oh,
Is
yeah,
he?
he chats to
he's-
everyone, yeah.
Oh, he's lively.
But he
Perhaps
came
keep
up.
him quiet.
When he came up to like us in the beginning of day one,
Yeah,
just saying
really
like
did.
so happy. Like he said, "What would you do here, mate?" And I said, "You got to bat first." I said, "You got to bat first." And he goes, "Yeah, but what about 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Like 20 minutes, we could get 3 wickets." I said, "Well, you're over it. You only bowl 2 overs anyway." But you're. He's like, "What about?" I was like, "What about the other 8 or 10 hours of batting?" And he was like, "Oh yeah," but they still. But he's just. I know whether the accents had a big impact on. I don't know, but I just love like Duckett when Duckett hit the 6. When Duckett hit that 6, he was laughing. Good shot, buddy. Like,
Could actually,
Yeah, gave him a little
could
punch on the
see,
back.
even when he's batting, you can see Ben Stokes is admiring.
yeah.
But what was the dialogue between Stokes and Pant?
Well, actually,
It's fun, I think.
Yeah, all
Fun,
fun.
bit of fun.
Good fun.
Yeah,
All
good
right.
fun.
I'm not that I don't want to keep saying I spoke to Stokesy, but I was talking to a little bit, and he was like, "It's just a battle of who's going to get bored first, me or Pant." That's all he could think about when he was captain. He say, setting fields like, "Who's going to get bored first? Who's going to get bored first?" Brilliant.
There's a few players who I've bowled at, like bowling spell. It's not a very nice place to be when you sort of bowl one and he sort of blocks it and then sort of looks up at you like that. He goes, he could have actually hit that for 6, actually. It's just, when is he going to choose to hit me for
And also,
6?
but that smile doesn't mean he doesn't like. He's not the most competitive. You know, his attitude.
Oh,
You know, like you don't score 200s and be that and not be really wanting to
But,
score. He could have tossed it off second. He's going to scored 100 first innings and Matt, but
Yeah, he's got some.
Only second player.
second
Only second wicket keeper to score wicket keeper to score back-to-back hundreds.
Yeah.
First one
Yeah, you should know this one. This is
been mentioned.
Scored what?
who's the only wicketkeeper scored
200s in a game.
Alex Stewart.
No, I'll give you a clue. Hello, weed.
For lob.
Hello, we.
Well, I think it's his era.
Little weed.
Hey, weed.
That's not the wooden tops.
What was it called? The something pot men?
Flower pot. Andy Flower. Andy Flower. I didn't get that.
Flower.
No. Oh, what a player he was.
Yeah. Only two. Yeah.
Yeah.
India, do you think that was... I look at them and I look at that attack. Bumrah's only going to play 3. He's got 2 left.
Yeah.
It's been announced. Gautam Gambhir says, no, we won't change that. He's playing 3. Do you think they've gone? I can't see 20 wickets. They didn't get 20 wickets with Bumrah.
No.
Well, I think,
Hang on, if they play...
You said 4-0, didn't you?
4-0.
Oh.
well, I think Yadav has...
You're looking,
Yeah.
in my opinion, more likely
I
than
might
our
change
3
that to
ones.
5.
Yeah.
5-0,
No, I'll stay with 4. It might rain, you never know.
Manchester.
To come back from what just... Because actually they played some really good cricket in
They did.
in that game.
They
Yeah, they
couldn't
did.
kite. They couldn't kite.
Yeah, I mean, the no ball from Bumrah has cost them massive.
Yeah.
Yeah, we shouldn't have really won that test.
We shouldn't have won that test, but when you get there as a where they were 430 for 3 and lost a game of cricket and 5
wickets.
and also, do you say 500s? Yeah. So so their top order have scored runs, a lot of runs, no runs on the tail. So if you're an England side thinking they're not going to keep scoring hundreds, you can't get on that much a run. And so they have to start this next game well. They have to get ahead again.
So India, they'll bring in the leg spinner.
Yeah.
Yes.
They have to. Bumrah,
For who?
I think it's there.
Thakur?
Yes.
Thakur, yeah, he look.
They're going to have to play Reddy, aren't they? Because Reddy can bat
he's
and
good
bowl a little bit. Can he bowl a little bit?
Yeah, he bowls.
Whether you can
he's not
change-
quite as good as Shardul Thakur's bowling. You know, he's not at that quality
better
yet, but he
batter,
can
though.
bat. I saw him get a great 100 in Australia. If I was them, I'd want 2 spinners. I know Jadej's a struggle, but if he's got Kuldeep...
No, he's a good cricketer, Jadej.
Yeah, I keep him in.
Yeah,
He
have to.
fields, he bats,
Yeah.
he's got that.
Would you take out their number 3? I couldn't pronounce his Sai. I can't pronounce his surname.
Sai Supasan.
Couldn't pronounce his surname, so I just
Yeah,
called him Sai all
maybe
day.
they have to change their formation to try
go
and...
up Nair at 3.
Yes.
Nair at 3 or Nair, however
Someone
you say
like
it.
Krishna at Edgbaston. You know, you need bowlers at Edgbaston that kind of
Yeah,
kiss
but
the top of the surface.
Krishna did. He got a
It's
little
not,
bit.
Edgbaston won't be a hit the pitch kind of day.
But I think you go Nair at 3, then you can play Reddy instead of Sakho, and then you can still have your 3 other.
Might not be.
And you can still have.
Boom.
You can still have the.
Right, so that's India.
One thing though, I'd like to play poker against this Indian side because they've already declared that Bumrah's. I mean, you just be going.
the only way,
I agree. I mean, why they
Gone early
announced
on
that their
there.
best bowler's only going to play 3 and
Unless-
then back it up last night? Why would you just say, well, wait and
unless
see?
it's one of the greatest bluffs ever.
Oh,
and he's
good.
got. and he-
They've gone away every game.
We've changed our minds. What's wrong with that? He's
well,
okay. He's fit. He's well firing.
Well, that's why I was never good at poker.
There's no game now. India don't have a game before Edgbaston, and the captain last night in his interview just said, "Oh, we're going to have some nets." Right.
But you'd rather Bumrah play at Lords than Edgbaston, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Because if it
He'll
does,
definitely play at Lords.
Yeah. He
He'll miss
could.
Edgbaston.
So all the talk with Archer as well playing. He hasn't played red ball.
Where are you with that?
I'm going to stay with this squad now, and then maybe look with it back-to-back Test matches next 2.
Yeah.
Edgbaston and then Lords. So then you've an opportunity to rest one of the quick bowlers for the third
I'll
Test.
tell you what the rush is. I mean,
There's no rush.
He hasn't
There's no
played
rush.
for 4
No.
years. He's
No.
played 1 game in Durham, bowled a few decent spells.
Yeah.
Just give him 1 more 4-day game.
Have they got another one? Have they got another one?
They've got
next
one
week?
on Sunday, yeah.
There is another round
Yeah, I
at the
just wonder
matches.
whether
There is
Sussex-
another round of matches, yeah. I'm going to Chesterfield weekend, yeah.
Chess Vegas, are you?
Yeah.
Chess Vegas. Chess Vegas.
Derbyshire v Lancs, a couple of days down there.
Yeah, nice. Jimmy Anderson's done well as skipper, hasn't he?
Yeah, they got 650, but it's as flat as at Blackpool. Good venue, Blackpool.
Yeah,
we used to
I
finish.
played there last.
Yeah, we used to finish
it.
playing and then go right down the pleasure beach on the Wild Mouse and the Big Dipper.
I loved
Grand
Blackpool.
National.
Loved it.
I did the rumba at Blackpool. The Dance of Love. Oh, it was horrific.
That's what everyone said about Strictly, isn't
Oh,
it?
well, give me a tango at Blackpool. Don't give me the Dance of Love.
Were you the same?
Oh, it
Tough as were
was
you?
all a bit sexy.
See, you were both. I mean, that bloke said you got a hanging basket on your arm.
Yeah, he did. Len. Arse is hanging out like an hanging basket. That was my jive.
He sounds like Len on commentary.
Yeah, he does.
sounds Len Goodman.
Do I?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Was that a good or a bad thing?
Good.
Oh, is it?
Oh,
Nice.
very
Thank
good.
you, Skip. Thank you.
Yeah.
What was your best dance?
Tango.
Tango.
Yeah.
What was that one that you did on tour when we stuck a bog roll on the back of your arse?
Give us a tango.
Yeah,
Tango.
Give us a tango.
He's good at this.
Tango. Well, it was quite good because you've got to be quite sort of aggressive because you're meant to be a gaucho or something coming down from the savannah. You know, you sort of you sort of got to grab hold of them a little bit like that, and then I think the best bit was sort of. and then
That's the dance that you had the bog roll, isn't it? That was the one on tour. Yeah. Yeah. Do you remember what the music was?
should have warmed up.
Do you remember what the music was to that?
Yes, lovely.
Lonnie Donegan.
No, the girl, you know.
Yeah.
Gloria Estefan.
No, the poor lady who died very young.
Amy Winehouse.
Amy Winehouse.
Oh, yeah.
Back to Black.
Was
Back
it?
to Black.
Yeah.
How does that go?
Can't remember. It does help
Yeah,
if you know
no,
the
it's
beat.
good,
when you
yeah,
do
good song. Good song, Back to Black. That was Amy Winehouse, yeah.
Stick to Cricket is brought to you by Betfair. Right, lads, heated exchange. The question this week is, Test cricket is better now than it ever has been. Discuss.
Start with
I
the-
think-
Well, just one word. Yes.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
It's box office. Sorry.
I'm glad you said that. Like, genuinely, because obviously, like, we all look back in our own era and love playing our own era, but watching, I'm glad. Like, of course, there's great players back in the day. Great players. They'll be great,
absolutely.
great in
Yeah.
any generation, but the fact that scoring rates are up, like, and it makes such a big difference, doesn't it?
But you don't get many draws now. Where, you know, going back, you know, when I played, a draw was a result.
Yeah.
And you get a day's play at 220 runs all day.
Yeah.
So 1981.
Yeah.
What is the game in 1981? Headingley, Botham's Ashes.
Yep.
How many people were at that ground?
Well, we actually...
For 5 days.
Was it?
What,
Yeah. we were
across the
watching-
whole 5
Friend,
days?
all 5 days.
20,000.
How many?
25,000.
50.
Oh, right.
So like 10,000 a day.
Yeah.
Right.
But how much could Headingley hold?
At
similar.
that time, it'd be. It's 18,000 now, but it'd be over 20,000 at that time.
Okay. Oh, I had more.
So yeah, definitely. And so, you know, the game now, in my opinion, has never been as vibrant. It's got issues. You know, it's got issues with the franchise, like a runaway train, and is it regulated properly? But I keep hearing and reading that Test cricket is dead. Why are the grounds full in the UK? They're full. And
I will say, though, I mean,
expensive.
we're all ex-England players, and we can wax lyrical about this England side because of the way that they've played.
Absolutely.
I think Ben and Baz will go down, even if they don't win an Ashes series.
Game changers.
They're going to go down as game changers for the whole of Test cricket.
Absolutely.
Because they've definitely led the way. All right, the Aussie team back in the 90s, early 2000s, they
Yes.
played expansively.
Yep.
We had a little pop at it in 2004-05, but only for a brief period. This team has completely changed the way that Test cricket is being played.
I tell you what they've
Mindset,
done.
everything.
I think what they've done
Ability.
is obviously, like, they probably went too far for a little bit, like one way. But what they've done is, in my opinion, is they've said, do you know what? It is possible to score 200 in a session.
Yeah.
And it's kind of socially acceptable to score 200 in a session when it's possible. And I think that's the difference now this side. Like, I think 2.5 years ago, they would have tried to score 200 every session. But if they get that balance right, there'll be times there, and I love an Aussie, when you ask them about this, they say, well, what about that side? What about our side? That's bad. But well, actually, it wasn't. They were just dominating players.
Yes.
They didn't try and just, when the opportunity was absolutely spot on to score 8 runs and over. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I think this England side is, I thought...
Tell you what, I've had
it
a
is
few
possible.
messages overnight from Australia. They know.
Ooh.
They know that there's this
Great
England
find.
side, and I'm not saying that they're going to arrive as favourites, but I think this Australian public and supporters over there, they're watching this England side going, this could be the team that come and challenge Australia in their own
If I were in
backyard.
Australia, I'd make spinning pitches. That's what I'd do.
Yeah.
Make pitches that spin.
Well, I think I've got to play on pitches. We do a little bit, but just talking about changing Test match cricket a little bit, and Baz and Stokesy, India were just so aware of what this England side could do in the fourth innings. They batted, and I don't mean this disrespectfully, they batted scared in that thing, thinking we have. Do you know what I mean? They think, oh my God, they're going to chase this down. They're going to chase this down. We have to get this. And I thought the second new ball, they got themselves in a really good position. Pant and Rahul played beautifully, brilliant. But you could tell that second new ball, if they'd have come out after tea and go, right, we're going to give them 10 overs or 8 overs at the end, but we're going to get, they talked about 430, but you have to go and get it, don't you? Well, if Stokes was captain in there, or that England side, they would have got 430 by taking the game on. I think that was, that's the fear that they've done that now.
Yeah, and it shows at the toss. We'll have a...
We'll have a chase.
We'll have a chase.
We'll have a chase.
We never used to have a chase in Test match cricket.
Well, I think it helps with pitches now that they do seem to stay together. I mean, back in our time, the pitches did deteriorate. There was uneven bounce and there was more footholds. I've got one thing to add about Test cricket. So why is it on the last day, right? Last day we arrived, day 5, and you have to bowl the 90 overs. It's in the rules. 90 overs, you complete the 90 overs. There's no talk of, wait a minute, we've got to get off air for television at 6:30. We could have played last night till 8:30.
Oh, it's a long
Why don't they say every day? Why isn't it like, there's 90 overs scheduled for every day? If the weather's good, why are we going off when there's 10 overs light?
We're 40...
So you just play 90 overs. So you play your 90 overs.
I don't want to play till 8:30.
Well, you know what would happen? You wouldn't, because guess what happens on the last day? The umpires do quicken the process up.
Oh,
You know, they run around a bit quicker because they know they've got to bowl the 90 overs. If they knew they had to bowl the 90 overs...
Didn't the last hour start at 6:30?
Yeah, because we had rain.
Oh, yeah.
We had a bit of drizzle.
Rain. I mean, I'm with you all the way. And I did it in my column. What really pisses me off is that there's a drinks break. That's fine. They're only out there 2 hours. There's a drinks break. The number of times both teams, batters down tools. Take the gloves off, put the bat down, take their helmet off, bring me a drink.
Yeah.
If I were the captain of the fielding side, I would say, we'll all have a drink, thank you, and make a right farce of it. Or you go back to the laws of the game. When the bowler is at the end of his run,
You can bowl.
the batter has to be ready to receive. Add a rider to that. If he isn't, just bowl. Just bowl. It's there, I'm telling you.
Is it?
Like it.
No.
Paragraph 4.
It doesn't say just bowl. The batter has to be ready to receive when the bowler is at the end of his run. The rider to me is, if he isn't, just bowl. He'll be there. He won't be to bring me a drink, bring me a towel, bring me a new bat, bring me some gloves, bring me a tablet, bring me the Daily Mirror or whatever.
You probably should have said Daily Mail then, shouldn't you?
Daily Mail.
Daily Star, that's going in the middle.
Racing Post.
Well, isn't it the last day they do it to stop
Yeah.
time
But
wasting?
this is
Well, the
my
time
point.
wasted
Well,
in 4 days. The time wasted.
Well, so time wasted only comes in on the last day. So do we agree that they should just bowl the 90 overs?
Absolutely.
Oh, I do agree. And also, this is going to sound really sad, but
I leave
I
at
am pretty
6:30?
sad. You do anyway.
You do, actually. You do. You always disappear.
Actually, I got off on day
You
one.
got off a good
You weren't happy about that. Is the drinks breaks are actually 5 minutes. So that's 15 minutes extra already.
5 minutes is that what they take?
I was...
Are you sure it's 5, not 3
No,
minutes?
it should be 3 minutes.
Yes.
But I got my phone out because I said this.
Oh, I've done it. Yeah,
And
yeah,
it was
yeah, it's
five,
not 3
literally 10
You had the
seconds.
stopwatch going.
I did. I was so sad on that game. But I was like, we never, like, that is 15 minutes to play. And I asked Sky, because I thought there has to be 5 minutes for their adverts or something. You know, you sell your adverts. They have to do it for 1 minute 50. So they're back on air after 1 minute 50. So they have 3 minutes of fill. So I'm thinking
I think
that's
also,
10 minutes. That's 10 minutes back already.
Yeah.
50, yeah.
I think also going back to Sky,
But we
I
now
think
sound very
in
old.
In an hour, I think they can only have 3 40-seconders. The adverts are either 30 or 40 seconds. And at a drinks break, it'll be a little bit longer.
But
Put a minute and a half.
And then you'll just hear, if any of the England players are listening to this or watching it, they'll be like, what, were you bored at the end of the day? Well, actually, we weren't, were we? So
you've
that's
got-
their right. That's
You've got to
their
let them have a
argument, isn't
drink, though, haven't you? Yeah, I mean...
No.
Yeah.
No. You can have a drink at the drinks break.
Well, rugby league, they run on, don't they, while they're playing?
That's it.
Squirt
There's
it in the
a-
mouth.
Yeah, if you're running through, you're running
They've got
through.
that many 12 men, they could run on and just squirt in the mouth.
Yeah.
That's what needs to happen.
I were on ICC umpires committee.
Yeah, you're a good umpire coach,
Because
you were.
Was he?
Yeah, he was great.
Umpire
Yeah,
coach.
I kept him moving.
Umpire
kept
coach.
it moving. I've had enough of him.
Yeah, he
that's
did. He did. Yeah.
I've had enough of him. That's how I kept the game going.
Yeah.
When I was umpiring.
Yeah.
But there was no medical reason anywhere in the world that you need other than the designated drinks breaks. No medical reason. So stop them doing it. I tell you who stopped them doing it, Sue Redfern. You know Sue Redfern?
Yeah, the umpire.
It was a women's game and she just said, no, off you go.
Right, so that's it. We've saw it. So Test cricket is the best it's been.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we just want the overs bowled, 90 overs,
Yeah.
and they can't drink.
You can have the drinks break. If I were captain, I'd make a right farce of it. If them two's having one, we'll all have one. Oh, and bring a table and a
I
couple
tell you
of
what,
chairs.
just on the drinks break, did you notice Harry Brooks batting? It is a drinks break, and he lies on the floor, and there's like a hesky comes out. Did you see it?
What's a hesky?
Yeah,
Hesky, like a
full of drinks.
Oh, an
there,
hesky.
And it had yogurts in there, bananas.
Hesky in it.
It was like he was having a picnic.
Yeah.
Oh, he was lying on the
It's an
floor,
hesky,
laid
isn't it?
back.
Middlesex played against Essex, and we were messing about a little bit like that. Ronnie O'Rani was the captain like that, and there was Mr. Whippy just by the side. He went off and got 11 ice cream with flakes and all sat down and started licking them. And sat, yes, that's right.
Mr. Whippy, the ice cream,
did.
it melts too quick. That little
Yeah, difficult in
curly
gloves.
whirly stuff.
Yeah, they can't do it with gloves on.
My wife likes that, Mr. Whippy.
Does she?
Yeah. She does. She don't have that proper ice cream that, all...
Tavis, how do you eat an ice cream again? With your gloves on? Sorry, I just...
Stick to Cricket is brought to you by Betfair. Lads, community questions. Got a few that have come in. Right, I'll start with this one. Well, you'll like this. Why is Headingley not a test venue for the next Ashes series in 2027?
Don't get me going. Don't get me going.
Go on.
Go on, get going.
The traditions, the history, the games that have been played. Not only that, there isn't a test match north of Trent Bridge for the Ashes.
Oh.
How are you come up with that?
Well, I don't know.
They've got to be pissed
Well,
to come up with that.
Is it right for us to
Adrian's
say?
Wall.
And we're
Is it Hadrian's Wall got something?
That's right. When it's stopping the Picts and the Scots
Oh,
from
is it?
coming down, pillaging and all sorts.
it can't be right, though, Phil.
That Henry VIII, he
Well,
was the
it's good
one
for us.
where we live. Like Byland Abbey, Reval Abbey, Fountains Abbey, he'd come down because he couldn't get divorced, Henry VIII.
Yeah.
So he started pillaging all the monks.
Stop.
And they couldn't do monking, could they? and so they knocked them all down. They knocked all these abbeys down.
Started
Henry
a new
VIII.
religion, didn't he?
Who did?
Henry VIII.
Did he?
Yeah.
Here it comes.
It-
I thought it was a punchline,
what was
wasn't it?
No. I think it's the truth.
Well, go on then. What
I think Protestant.
did he?
I think so, yeah.
All right, we'll go with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. He started a new.
So he could
religion.
get divorced.
Yeah,
I'm starting to speak. I've been up in Edinburgh.
get on with it. This is
I
the
get a
one-
bit Yorkshire after, I've got to tell you.
This is off the one show, isn't it? Is that a one show?
Divorced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has all these pieces
Yeah.
of information in his head from his days on the one show.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you sure that's true?
Listen, fact.
Go with it. Fact. Perfect.
Who were you on the one show with?
Well, I just on my own, really.
You were out and about.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
he
was
used to
a
go-
roving reporter.
Raving reporter.
Yeah. Did a bit of art with it. I was an art critic on the one show with Sister Wendy. That's where I learnt it. That's where I learnt.
There it is.
What, off sister?
Henry VIII.
Yeah, she was lovely.
Sister
Yeah,
Wendy.
Henry VIII started a new religion to get divorced.
It's head like.
I mean, you're a big lad, wasn't you, Henry VIII? And
Yeah.
Ooh,
I saw Gatley.
How would you like your steak? Take its horns off and wipe its off. That were it, Henry VIII.
I saw Gat the other
I've
day
read
at
that
Lord's.
about
I saw Gat the other day
He
at
looks
Lord's.
like
He looks like Henry VIII.
Yeah.
But we're not happy Headingley's not got a test match
No.
in 27.
Ridiculous.
Come on, in the last 10
Well, wait,
years.
ask him.
I know
Well, he's been quiet now about
Yeah.
Headingley.
Come on. In the last 10 years,
Big
are
for
we
the Republic of
agreeing that
Chelmsford
Headingley has
somewhere.
been the most entertaining
Always delivers.
test venue in the last 10 years in the UK? It has.
Yeah, I get that point, yeah. It's been a great place for this England side to play cricket.
I can feel it, and however...
You're not happy saying that, are you?
No, I'm not happy saying I'm not a massive fan of the ground. Just never have been.
The food's improved this week, so you've got good food.
What's up with the ground?
Pitch is great.
I just don't like it.
Crowd's great.
You must have scored a load there.
Did you get 100 there?
I think I definitely got one.
Only one.
Only one.
But it is. I don't know the slope.
That's why he's not happy.
Doesn't like Headingley and played all his career at Chelmsford.
Well, that's a postage stamp, isn't it, down there?
But yeah, it's
Well,
not one of
it's
my.
mad,
You're
though.
allowed to not have favourite grounds, are you? For your personally yourself.
I want to know who are the people that decide that they're not going to have an Ashes Test match north of Birmingham.
I agree.
I mean, come on.
So you got to have it.
North of Trent Bridge.
Trent Bridge, well, similar, isn't it?
Well,
Yeah,
no, Nottingham
kind of
and
similar.
Birmingham are different, Mike.
Well, it's kind of.
So
it's
would you
Midlands.
rather an Ashes Test match at Old Trafford or Headingley if you could only choose one?
If I could only choose one.
Lovely. Oh, lovely.
Oh,
sir.
this is a good
Oh,
question.
lovely, Sir Alastair.
Very
Lovely.
good, Alastair.
Back at you. Lovely.
It's a tough one for you.
Yeah, yeah. I'll come back next week.
Sorry.
I'll mention that next week.
Right, here's another question. It's Glastonbury this weekend.
Oh, the great unwashed.
What would be your dream headline act?
AC/DC.
AC/DC.
I don't know.
I would go Queen. Would love.
I like Kylie.
That's fair. You go,
I
Carl.
like Kylie. I used to have a poster on my wall.
What?
Kylie Minogue. She used to be in Neighbours.
I know she did.
Yeah, I like Kylie as a kid.
Yeah.
I still like her.
Me and Warren's on commentary,
Yeah.
live. I've got my glasses on. I had a deal with Specsavers, and they've got like a purple tint. Yeah. Warren says to me, he said, "Them's classy glasses. Do you get them?" I said, "I've got a deal with Specsavers. These are my Kylie Minogue's range."
Right.
He said, "Right, you carry on." He said, "Carry on." So I'm commentating. He rings her up, gets her on the phone. He says, "Are you watching the cricket?" "No." "Put the telly on, put the cricket on, and there's a bloke with your range of glasses." So she rings back. She says, "Oh, I've got him. Tell him thanks ever so much for that. Can you get his address?" I give him my address. He gives it to her. She sends me a lovely written letter and a bottle of champagne.
No way.
Honestly.
Oh,
Kylie
have you still
Minogue.
got it?
Yeah, no, I drunk it. I've still got the bottle.
Have you,
And the
have you
letter.
got the letter? And
I think so.
Does she just sign it, Kylie?
Kylie.
Oh,
Just Kylie. Yeah.
like
Have
that.
you still got it? No, I'm
Come on. So you're AC/DC.
Yeah.
What about something-
Angus Young.
Who?
Angus Young.
What does he sing?
Angus Young's a
guitarist.
guitarist.
Oh, right.
dressed as a
He's
schoolboy.
dressed as a schoolboy with
Yeah.
his satchel and his cap
Yeah.
and his school blazer, a
He
pair
does
of
this one, doesn't
shorts.
he? He does
Angus
this.
Young, Malcolm.
No, he does this one, doesn't he? He's the old...
That's it. Brian, nod
that
your
him?
head. You got to nod your head. as well.
Nod your head as well.
Yeah. That's him. That's him.
That's him, that's it.
Is that him?
Oh, AC/DC.
What's their best song?
Thunderstruck.
How does that go?
I'll tell you in a minute. Oh, where's my phone? Thunder.
Oh, yeah, that song's from... Yeah, I've heard that, yeah. What's your go-to karaoke?
The go-to karaoke
Yeah.
is obviously Sweet Caroline or Folsom Prison Blues.
How does that go?
I hear the train a-comin', it's rolling round the bend. I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison and life is dragging on.
That's actually so.
Right, that's us done.
That's it. We don't need.
That's us done.
Johnny
Brilliant.
Cash leads
Well
us
done.
out.
Johnny
Well done.
Cash.
Johnny Cash.
Did I get the
Right,
pant
mine.
right? Did I get the pant roly-poly right?
The pant roly-poly is just.
Oh,
amazing.
brilliant.
Let me just practice a BC. Yeah.
And I
Hold on,
also,
I don't want to take... Hold on, it was this, wasn't it? It was this, wasn't it? It was like that.
No,
It was
you've
like
got-
that.
That's it. That's it.
That's
You got
it,
it.
and then
you've
it
got
was-
to jump. You've got to jump.
Yeah, get the leg up.
You got
Get
to
the
jump.
leg
You
up.
got to jump.
Get the jump.
Oh, was it? Yeah, so it's...
I honestly, that roly-poly is going to make me laugh for a long time.